Good afternoon, everyone. Virgo here. It is May 7th, 2020, and happy Thursday to everyone. One of these individuals in the Moorish community decided to make a video that I have gotten rather concerned about because I'm afraid people will end up getting misled and end up finding themselves with Secret Service at their door. The reason behind me saying that is that when you mess with the mail, when you commit a felony having to do with the Postal Service, that is actually who shows up at your door, the Secret Service. And Pauline Ritchie, who is also known as Light Tajiri Bay in the Moorish American Consulate, has decided that it's okay to make a video teaching people how to commit mail fraud. So, this is the video that you're looking at with Pauline in it. And she goes into 8 minutes long worth of how to commit mail fraud by counterfeiting actual postage that is supposedly prepaid. Now, in this particular video, which will be linked in the description, she states that this process is for all Moors, as all Moors are part and parcel, and of course she's using UV instead of their government. We are the law and we are the government. For this process, using Old English, I love it, feel free to use similar items if the supplies in the video are not available in your territory, spelled incorrectly. This process can be used even if the commercial foreign postal service is no longer occupying our lands, which is what we are preparing for. Even when the postal service is no longer operational, the post office will be here for us. Furthermore, we are not a capitalist system nor capitalist government. We are the de jure, allodial, original, indigenous, natural, divine, and sovereign Moorish National Republic federal government. We support all Moorish governments and nations. Peace and grand rising to the Moors. Here is the link for the mailing stamps. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at those mailing stamps right now. I apologize, this takes me a moment. I'm having to use a totally different screen recorder because my original one seems to be having some serious problems. So I'm using what I normally use for live streams, which is really not set up for this type of video. All right, so what you're looking at right now are the counterfeit prepaid stamps that are being used by the Moorish American Consulate. She's instructing everyone to go ahead and download a PDF that looks like this, and she is asking for people to use these. She then, in her video, if you watch it, you will see, goes through how to set up the mail piece, including affixing the counterfeit postage and using a certified mail slip and return slip in order to track the mail piece and for them to be able to supposedly send these off without problems. Now, listen. The funny part about this is she even takes the actual document into the post office and puts it in the prepaid postage slot in order for it to be mailed off. Then she proclaims that she has been doing this all along and has never had a problem. But what happened, unfortunately, when we started looking into this, unfortunately for Pauline, that is, we noticed that there was something very interesting. So let me take you over to give you guys an idea of what was put up on the screen that I doubt very seriously was actually faked. And it looks like this. So this is Pauline's hand right here, and this is the certified mail receipt that she's got going to the Federal Reserve Bank that she has put on the envelope. And you can very clearly see the matching tracking numbers on here. So what we are going to do is we are actually going to track this piece of mail. Because if indeed what Pauline claims is true, we won't have any problem after 2 days tracking it through the mail system. So let's take a look at that, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and share the screen with you of the USPS tracking. And I've already got the number in here, but you can check it back if you would like to. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and enter it again just to make sure we have it right. So 7019 2970 0001 8706, and the last four are 8900. Now we're going to hit track. We saw her mail the piece in the video. Oh no, it appears that the post office might be on to you, Pauline. It shows the status as not available. The tracking number, after making a call to the Postal Service and the postal inspector, should have shown up by midnight of the evening that you mailed this piece, which was prior to, or at least of, May 5th, because that was the day that you made the video showing the actual piece of mail going into the prepaid mail carrier slot. The fact is that these pieces of mail actually never show up to where they are supposed to, or where they're addressed to. These pieces of mail are either discarded or they are kept for investigative purposes. Now, for those of you that would prefer to remain out of a federal prison for committing mail fraud, I would absolutely 100% suggest that you do not try this process, as it is highly illegal. And mail fraud carries a pretty stringent jail sentence. Now, there are so many of these floating around out there, if she's really mailing them this way, that it won't take very long for the postal inspector to catch up. As a matter of fact, my understanding is that after a few people got really concerned about people actually doing this process and spoke to the inspector general's department, they were a little bit interested in who this party is. Being a Moorish American national, or whatever you want to call yourself, doesn't give you license to go ahead and steal. Not from anyone else, and not from the federal government. Please, Moors, no matter what you believe, don't follow this process. You'll find yourself behind bars faster than anything. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, I apologize for the screen recording being this way. I will have to get somebody on with an attempt to try to get my regular screen recorder fixed, because this is a true pain in the ass to try to make videos this way. But I wanted this information out there, and I will make sure that linked in the description of this video will be where you can locate the video if it's still up. If it's not, let me know. I have a copy of it. And also where you can take a look at these prepaid affixed stamps that are considered counterfeit. Again, another felony. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.